Hello Flosstube, this is Kate from Kate's Crafting Corner, and I am here with an update today. It is Memorial Day of 2019, and it is exactly 3 weeks, 6 days until my wedding, so I'm super excited. I am here with a bunch of stuff surrounding me. This weekend is also my anniversary weekend, and my fiance got me a Fitbit for an anniversary present. So today's the first day I'm wearing it, and it's on my dominant hand, which I'm not super happy about, but I couldn't put the charm bracelet onto this hand, so that's what's happening right now. So I'm going to try this for a few days, and it's taking some getting used to. Last night I wore it on this hand and it felt so much better, but today I am wearing it on this hand because I couldn't get the bracelet on, and just so we will see. It might switch back to the other hand, but let's see. I've got to finish. I've got a couple new starts. I've got a tiny bit of stash to show you guys. Just one thing, because I think it's super cool, but it was also really crazy of me. So I'm excited about that. I've got some yarn stuff to show, both crochet and knitting, and just some things to talk about. So first I'm going to talk about my Facebook group. The Stitchy Quest to Destroy the One Ring. I'm not 100% sure that's the name of the group, because I named it something really ridiculous that I can never actually remember. But since my last video, our quest has grown in multiple ways, which I'm really excited about. One of which is walking to Mordor and back, which is why I was so excited to get a Fitbit for my anniversary present, because I had a different one. But one, I can't find it, and two, it was like a clip-on one, or you just stick it into, I think you might have just stuck it into the thing, like a little band, and it just had like 5 dots that lit up as you hit like 2,000 steps or something like that. And it really frustrated me because I could never see exactly how many steps I'd taken, or it didn't do reminders, and it wasn't great. And now I can't find it. So, and I've been looking, so I don't know. So I was excited. He didn't know what to get me. He said he had another idea, but it's not an anniversary occasion present. I don't even know what that means, but I don't know. So I said that he could get me something off of our registry, because I did put some things on our registry that was, because the Bed Bath & Beyond registries stay open for 2 years. So I put some things on it that were either specifically for him or specifically for me that I could keep in mind for the next 2 years. So looking towards Christmas presents or birthday presents or things like that. Like, I got him something off the registry. I got him a back massager because he has really bad back problems. And so I had seen this, but I always forget what I'm going to get him for a present. Sorry, the camera's so much higher up today, and it feels weird. It's on top of my Instant Pot box, but I couldn't. My apartment is a disaster zone because I'm working on packing it up, and so there's boxes everywhere, and it looks like, it looks like it was hit by a disaster. So I couldn't find the box I normally put my iPad on top of. So now it's on top of the Instant Pot box. So everything is not proportioned like usual. But anyways, so yeah, I got him a back massage. So I told him he could get me something off the registry. Like, I put, it has china on it. It has like a tea set, like a china tea set, an expensive one. So I put things that like he can look at for the next couple of years and be like, well, I know she wanted that tea set, so I'll get her a couple of So I think each teacup and saucer is like $30. So, I mean, so he can get me a couple at a time. And it's not like he has to get me the whole tea set at one go. So yeah. So I put some things like that. So I told him he could get me something off the registry, or he could get me a Fitbit, or whatever. So he decided to get me a Fitbit because I got him a Fitbit for Christmas. So that he hasn't set up yet. And he was supposed to do it last night, but someone claims he can multitask while watching movies, but he can't. And so, did his Fitbit get set up last night? No, but mine did. So, mine is set up. And today is the first day that I am trekking again to Mordor, because I didn't last time. It was a complete disaster. But a lot of people in the group are working on it, and it's so fun to see, like, people report back that they're at this place or they've done this. So we have a weekly event set up where you can kind of mark your progress. And a bunch of people are using the app that, hang on, let me show you guys. There's a Walk to Mordor app that you can get for your phone. It looks like this. Oops. Yeah, I have a Slytherin background. It looks like that. And when you open it up, it says Walk to Mordor. And, yeah, I have 0 progress. Distance traveled, that's all 0 because I haven't added anything yet. So I am really excited to get started on this. I mean, it tells you, so a bunch of us added each other onto the app. You can add friends. And then there's also a spreadsheet, so you could do a spreadsheet if you want, and I'm not sure which one I'm going to do. I might do the spreadsheet. Well, I might do both. But, like, Nadine just hit Crick Hollow. I mean, things like that. You can like it. You can put a comment so I could tell her, great job, you know, stuff like that. And Sarah just met the elves. Marina hit a new milestone, Buckleberry Ferry, and just things like that. So we can participate as a group, and it's been a lot of fun. We also, I don't know if we'd added this last time I updated you guys, but we also added a Stitch to Mordor and back, and there's this website that was created in the early 2000s called Aowen's Challenge, and somebody went and broke down every part of the journey in miles and by the activities. And so what we did is to Stitch to Mordor and back as the sort of like ultimate goal for this book series. So every mile is worth 20 stitches because the average the average is 20 minutes to walk a mile. I looked that up, and the average was 20 minutes to walk a mile. So we broke it down for every mile is 20 stitches. And there's a spreadsheet for it, and so people can download it and update it. Some people are just writing it down, which is fine. So every time you complete a length of the journey, you go and you claim it, and then several people have donated prizes. So once a month I'm going to draw a prize, and so I'm really excited about that. And so I have to report about 1,000 more stitches onto my spreadsheet because I'm behind on doing that, but it's going great, so I'm really excited about that. And then the third thing we added was to crochet or knit to Mordor and back again. And we are doing this one as a group activity. So it's not an individual effort because it would just take like a million years. But so every 20 meters or yards, and I don't care which, I know that they're not the same, but I don't care which one you report. But so every 20 meters or yards equals 1 mile as a group. So some people are reporting whatever they do in that day. I'm doing it as I finish either a project or a skein of yarn. And that just depends on the project, because I have some projects that are going to take multiple skeins. So for that, I'll just report it when I finish a skein. So I know that, you know, this skein is however many. And for this, we don't care if you've started the project already. So you just, like, I have several, so I'm also using this as encouragement to finish some of my many crochet whips. So it doesn't matter if you've already started it, you can report it anyways. Sorry. I'm recording. Go away. Sorry, that was my fiance. I didn't think he was gonna come out. So, yeah, I'm using that as encouragement to try to finish some of my many starts. So it doesn't matter if I'm halfway through the project, I can report the whole skein. Because in the end, I mean, 5 miles here and there is not going to make much of a difference. So, so that's what that is. So, first I'll show you some of the non-like stitching specific things I wanted to show you guys. And then I will show you my finish. And then I'll show you my whip progress. And then my 2 new starts and my 1 addition to the stash. So, okay, so I was watching Cassandra Martinez. Is it Cassie J Stitches? I'm not positive about the name of her channel. But she got this book off Amazon to track projects. And it was like $12. I don't know. But there are a ton of pages in here. Go away. You're not allowed to watch. Go away. Go. Bye. I love you. I love you. Go away. So each page you can track a different project. And so you can put, so I suppose you can inventory your projects, but I never do that. Like an inventory number. I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe if you were actually keeping track from the date you started. But so there's like title and designer, design theme. So you've got like primitive, whimsical, cartoon, animals, plants, landscape, like a bunch of different things. And you can circle all that apply, which I think is really cool. Then it's the pattern dimensions, the design finish size, the date you purchased it, whether it's 100% full coverage or 50% or between 25 and 50 or just 25% or less. You have floss information here, fabric information, project bag or storage place, which I think is really great because I always forget what projects I put in which bag, so I think that's great. The type of chart, so is it a black and white, is it colored, electronic, PDF, magazine, book, leaflet, freebie, out of print, like any of that, you circle it or you can write it, I guess. And then important pattern details or specialty stitches, and then finishing supplies. You can write other patterns in the collection. So if it's a series or like those Santas that Sue Hillis has, there's like 12 or 13 of them. I mean, so it's part of a collection, but it's not necessarily a series. Because I'd probably put like all of Santa's Village on one page as opposed to 12 pages for each of Santa's Village, you know, from Country Cottage Needleworks. So then you put a start date, a completed date, and you can even have a rating out of 5, which I think is so awesome. So there's over 100, there's just over 100 whips that you can fit in this book. So I do need to order one more because you guys know I have 157. I think I'm actually at 158 because I only finished one, but I started 2, so. But so I'm going to try to start filling this out. Obviously, it's going to take me a while to fill it out because I've got a lot of whips. But I'm going to start filling it out, and I need to order another one. And again, it was like $12 on Amazon. It came within a day. It was amazing. So I'm really excited about that. Okay, this is not stitching related at all, but as you guys know, I'm half South African, and about a month or two, more than two, like 2 or 3 months ago, my sister texted me that she was in the World Market. Do you guys know that store? The World Market. And I suppose this is in America, so if you're not in America, you probably don't know the World Market. But anyways, so she had gone to the World Market, and they had biltong, which is South Africa's version of beef jerky, but like a billion times better. So I went, and my fiance has taken me several times since then to get more biltong because I love it, and it's one of the things I miss the most from South Africa when I'm here in America. And so if you guys ever want to try it, it's like $5 at the World Market, and this is what the packages look like. So this one is just the original, which is really actually quite good. The thing about biltong is it's not as dry as beef jerky, which I think means it's more flavorful, and it's not like chewing it. It's not so tough. So I think that's really good. This one is peri peri, and this one is if you like spicy things. So I like it, but I probably can't eat the whole bag at one time. Oh, the other great thing about this is that it's got 30 grams of protein per bag, and it's naturally sugar-free, and there's no artificial things in here. So this whole bag is, so there's 2 servings per container, and each serving is 80 calories, so it's only 160 for the whole bag. And the whole bag has 250 milligrams of sodium, and no sugar, so no carbohydrates, which is great because I'm not allowed to have those things. This one is called Joburg Steakhouse. Are they just calling it, the name is Steakhouse? I think they just did that like its name is Bond, James Bond. But anyways, so this one in the blue bag is a kind of garlicky one. It's very good. So yesterday or the day before, while we were running errands, we shared a bag of this one. So again, it's delicious. I highly recommend that if you have a World Market, you at least give it a try. If you're a meat eater and like you like beef jerky and you want to try a different kind, this is really good. Okay, so that's my South African plug for this video. Now, let's see. So now I'm going to show you, I had a finish, and I'd hope to have more than one finish. Jeez Louise, sometimes I do things. I apparently put a different floss color in here in this bag. I'll never have found it again. Okay, so I finished this black one. It's a black work journey, Persian tile, something like that. Unfortunately, I'm 1 stitch off over in this area, so I hate seeing that, but I'm not pulling it all out just to fix that. So I'm probably going to make this into a little ornament or something. I don't know. Am I going to pull it out? I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I was hoping to finish this one. I might still try to finish it in May. This was a Mania start, and I just have this green left, so the green in those corners. And this week for Stitchy Quest, we are doing the dwarves, Meet the Dwarves. We're working through The Hobbit right now, and we're going super slow pace, which I think is great. We're really trying to delve into the details of the book on our journey. So we're meeting the dwarves. and there are 13 dwarves, and each one wears a different hood color. Well, not always different, because some of them wear the same hood color. But so the challenge for this week is to stitch 100 stitches in each of the dwarves' colors. And so green is a hat color. So I might try to finish this up for that. So we will see. The other whip that I have put in quite a bit of stitching time on is a Window with a View. This is a Heaven and Earth design. And I am loving this one right now. So I got this as a max color, regular size max color. And that's where I'm at right now. I don't have a picture printed out because I forgot to do that again. But I am really loving this one, and I know I need to do 200 stitches on this. In this group, we are allowing catch up, like for you to catch up on things you miss and still earn entries into the prize drawing. So I know I have to do 200 stitches to catch up for that. And then I also know that some of the dwarves are purple hoods. But I was thinking of doing welcome, working on my welcome whip from Tempting Tangles. So I'm not positive which direction that one is going to go for the hood yet. And then the final whip that I worked on is the Disney one, and I didn't do much, so I do need to focus on making as many of the dwarf hoods fit what's left on this, because I do want to give it to my nephew. So basically I have 3 weeks. 3 weeks to finish it. And I am working, so okay, I did some of these since I saw you guys. I worked my way up like this, and then this is Mulan. So I'm pretty sure one of the dwarf's hoods is white, so I can work on her face. That's in white. I'm pretty sure there's a couple blues, so I can work on Dumbo for the blues. So, so I think I can fit this in for that. Then my first new start is I finally decided to start the Linen and Thread Sampler, the Peacock one, the Peacock Garden, this year's. So I am doing it all in one color. I have this pink, light pink fabric in my stash. It's a linen. And so that's one length of thread. And I'm going to do the border first because it's easier for me to work it that way. But so I am doing it in Water Lily's Hyacinth. And that's what that looks like. And I think it'll be really pretty in that. So, my intention was to work on this every weekend day for 30 minutes, but until the wedding is done and most of the moving is done, that's probably back burner right now. I have to start packing up some of my cross stitch stuff and it's gonna go in storage for like about 6 months probably. So what I'm thinking is that some of the projects that I have, so I have to decide what to keep out at the house, in a, well, apartment, and then in a month in the house, because clearly I can't not cross stitch for like until we have my craft room set up. But so I'm thinking of what I'll keep out are things that I have all of the floss separate for. So so we're probably gonna see a lot of like frosted pumpkin, because I bought several of their full kits, and things like this that are one color and I have the color with it. So some samplers, so I might leave out like Castles in the Air from Long Dog and things like that. But I'm probably not going to keep out my DMC boxes, just because it takes up a lot of space and I haven't sorted that out yet, and so that will probably go in storage until we work on my craft room. So our plan is to be out of the storage unit within 6 months. So in November is our hope. I think that's being a little optimistic, but we'll see. I can hope. Okay, so the final new start is one of the members in the group had this already a little bit started, and so I said I would sell it with her, and that is the ginormous Sistine Chapel from, well, I don't remember, Joanna, whatever. So I have started this and put in 500 stitches. It's just border stitches right now. But I am starting with panel 45, which is the top right, top left. So this is as far as that panel goes. And that's not as far as down as it goes. I just went to a spot because I'm trying to count my stitches. So there's a couple more colors for the border, and then I will work it down, and I will work it diagonal till it meets there like that. And then I'll work on the panel itself. And this panel is 6 pages. And here is the massive amount of fabric. It is too much fabric, but I'm not quite sure yet how much because I didn't fully measure it, so I haven't cut it yet. And I probably won't cut it until I reach the bottom, just to be safe. Because I think it's too long, but whatever. Okay, and that's the cross stitch I worked on. I did get one piece of stash, and this is Fairy Tale Town. It's a Russian kit, or Ukrainian maybe, actually. This is what it looks like. Let me take it out real quick. So this is what it looks like. It is, let's see, 900 stitches wide. And 155 down. So it's 155 by 900. This is all the floss that comes with it. So I'm not too confident about how they're loosely on here. So I want to take floss away bags and do it like that. Put it on them like that so that I don't lose track of any of them. But this is the floss. Oops. And then this is the 14 count Ada that comes with it. And it is, I mean, just ginormous. So that's the crazy thing I did. I haven't started it yet because I want to get the floss situated first, and with the move and the wedding and everything, it's just not my #1 priority at the moment. But I've been eyeing this one for a couple of years now, at least a year, and I finally got it. Here's just a glimpse of how the pattern is. So it is a little overwhelming, to tell the truth. And it's on this glossy paper, so I'm not sure how well it's gonna like highlight. And there's a lot of like detail back stitching on here, so I may have bitten off way more than I can chew. But we will see. We will see. Okay, yeah, that is something I'm gonna have to be careful. There's like the same, so many symbols, but they're in different colors, and I think the purple and the black are really close together. Like this purple plus sign and this black plus sign, I will need to be careful about, for sure. So that is that. That's the crazy thing. And that concludes the cross stitch portion of this video. So, next I will talk about, I'll just talk about the quilt one. I think I showed you guys these two fabrics last time that I'm going to do the signing for my, instead of a guest book, we're going to make a quilt. So I'm going to have the quilt blocks already assembled, so I have to start working on that. And I decided on doing this one because, one, I think it can be done pretty quickly, the blocks. And then two, I think it could look nice in just 2 colors. So all the light ones I will be doing as the white with the gold dots, and then the dark ones will all be that green with gold. So it will be every other. And so if some people just want to sign their names, they can sign it on the light stripes. If some people want to write a little message, they can do that there. So that's my plan. And I need to get started on cutting at the very least, because I'm a little bit worried I don't have enough of this fabric, and so I'll need to hunt more down at Joann's. So I have to get started on that. But lately I have been hit by the crochet knitting bug. And so I found this really nice yarn, I think, at Hobby Lobby. It was only $5. And it looks almost like it was hand dyed. Well, I mean, like there's some color like fading in and out, almost as if it was like, I guess like stone washed or whatever. Anyway, so I started this shawl called the Julian shawl, and this is a knitting one. Come untucked. So here is where I am at on this. It's not perfect because I'm a beginner knitter. But I am happy. And this is actually a green. It's coming out more gray, but it's a very nice green called, I think it's called, yeah, Irish Rain. It's just an overcast day here. So, that's the Julian shawl. I put in only like 1 or 2 rows on the Raina shawl. So this is where I am on that. I'm in a garter stitch section. I'm really enjoying this, and I think this is a shawl I'll do again, but in a different yarn next time. But I just wanted to try it out because, again, beginner knitter, and this was the first shawl I was attempting. I mean, I have a lot of crochet shawls, but not knitting. So, yeah, I'm really enjoying this one. The pattern is easy to follow, and I'd like to try it. I found this yarn collection, which I didn't buy, but I'm so tempted to. Let me just pull up the picture. And all the colorways are based off of the Game of Thrones characters. And this is what they look like. So sorry, the color's not great over here. My favorite is this Sansa one. Anyways, I found it on Etsy, and I'm so tempted to get it. And then I think the Raina shawl could look beautiful in one of those colors, and I found a bunch of other shawl patterns, so I'm really enjoying learning how to knit, and it will definitely be something I do more of. I put in a couple of rows on my what do you call yourself? Goldberry shawl. And this is a shawl that is written as if it's following the story of the first book in the trilogy. And so let's see. I think when I showed you guys this last, that I was up to here, so I put in this section, and I started another row, but didn't finish it, obviously. So I am loving this. I've hit my first color change. Oh my gosh. My fiance bought himself a little drone toy for like $12 or $13. I can hear him playing with it in the other room. He's so obsessed, but I'm worried he's gonna break something. Anyways, so this is the yarn colorway, and I've already come to one color change, so one of the gray shades is in there now with the blue, and I can't wait to see how this looks. It sounds like there's bees. I can't wait to see how it looks once it's finished. And the final thing I have to show you guys is a new start. There is this crochet along that just started called the Phoenix Cal, C-A-L. That's crochet along. So it's like a Sal stitch along or a K-A-L knit along. This is for crochet, and it's called the Phoenix Cal, and it's a blanket. So right now we are on part 3, and I have managed to stay caught up. I have to finish part 3, but I am working on it. And each part is released every Friday. What is this? Got something. I need to store my in better bags. Anyways, so this is what it looks like so far. I'm using one of my German gradient yarns. So, let me see. It's hard to show in the camera, but it is so pretty in person. And this is what the cake looks like. So it's gonna go out to this white, and I think that it's gonna take 4 of these to finish the whole blanket. So I ordered a couple more, 3 more. So then once I finish this one, I will start with the light side and I will work to the dark, and then I'll start the next one with the dark, and then like that. So that I think it should end with a dark border, but I'm not positive. But anyways, so like what I was talking about, the crochet and knit along, once I finish this whole cake, I will report this yardage. And so that will be, so this is 250 meters. So I'll report that, 250 meters, sorry, not 250, 1,250 meters. And then you divide that by 20, and that's how many miles I'll have contributed at that point. And this was actually started within us coming up with this challenge, so that's all legitimate. However, like things like the Goldberry shawl, that was started a while ago, and I've been working on it. When I'm all caught up on this, as I wait for the next part, I start working on that. Oh, I wanted to show you guys, I also found this place that sells these on Etsy, that sell these stitch markers, and I am forever forgetting what size crochet hook I have done any project with. And so I ordered a bunch, and so I put this one here, and I know that I am working with a G size hook. So I got a bunch of G because I do a lot of G size hook, and I got a bunch of H's because a lot of my projects are with H size hook, the ones where I don't use this gradient yarn, my German yarn. I use a lot of the H size hook. So I've gone through and put those on a lot of my projects, so that while they're in storage especially, I won't forget what size hook I was using. But yeah, so that's it. That's my update. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.